The Galactic Council Hall was filled with light, noise, and pride. Dozens of alien races sat in floating seats, watching the large hologram in the center of the room. This was where new powers were judged, and today, Earth was on display. The image showed a human ship. It was small. It was gray. It had no glowing wings, no sharp weapons, and no elegant design. Compared to the massive alien warships around the galaxy, it looked simple and old. For a moment, there was silence. Then the laughter began. One alien leader leaned forward and laughed loudly. "This is Earth's prototype," he said. "That metal box can barely survive deep space." Another voice joined in. "It has no beauty, no power, no presence. Is this a joke?" The room filled with mocking sounds. Some aliens shook their heads. Others smiled with pride, knowing their own fleets were far greater. To them, humans were late to the stars, weak and inexperienced. A human delegation stood quietly at the edge of the hall. They did not argue. They did not explain. They only watched. The narrator's voice was calm and distant, explaining that humans had learned long ago that words meant nothing in places like this. Power was not proven by speech. It was proven by survival. Still, the aliens continued. "If this is their best ship," one commander said, "then human space must be empty and defenseless." Another alien empire leader stood up. Tall, armored, and confident, he spoke with authority. "We should test them," he said. "Let us cross into human space. Let us see if any real danger exists." The idea spread quickly. Many agreed. Some wanted proof. Others wanted conquest. None felt fear. The human delegation remained silent. Soon, the decision was made. A powerful alien fleet was prepared. Massive ships, advanced weapons, shields strong enough to survive stars. They would enter human space, fly through it, and return with stories of how weak Earth truly was. Before leaving, the alien commander sent one final message to the council. "We will be back soon," he said. "Then you will all see how small humans really are." The fleet jumped into hyperspace. At first, everything was normal. Stars stretched into lines. Space folded. The fleet moved forward with confidence. Then they crossed the border. Human space. The moment they entered, something felt wrong. The stars looked darker. Sensors became quiet. Navigation systems began to delay, just for a second at first. The fleet slowed slightly, though no command was given. "Check the systems," the commander ordered. Engineers reported no damage. Weapons were ready. Shields were strong. Yet the silence outside the ships felt heavy, as if space itself was watching. Minutes passed. Then, one ship at the edge of the formation vanished. There was no explosion. No warning. One moment it was there. The next moment, it was gone. The fleet stopped. Panic began to rise, but the commander forced calm. "Scan the area," he said. "Find the wreckage." There was none. Communications tried to reconnect with the missing ship. No signal returned. Then another ship disappeared. This time, alarm sounded. "What weapon is this?" an officer shouted. No answer came. Back at the Galactic Council Hall, the screens suddenly went dark. The live feed from the alien fleet froze. Then the signal cut out completely. Silence filled the room. Minutes passed. No message arrived. Hours passed. Still nothing. The laughter from earlier was gone. The humans stood quietly, their faces unchanged. The narrator ended the part with a simple truth. The aliens had entered human space to mock a joke of a ship. They did not yet understand that the ship they laughed at was never meant to impress anyone. It was meant to survive. And no ship had ever come back. The alien fleet remained still in the dark space, shocked by what had just happened. One ship was gone. Then another. No explosion. No enemy in sight. Space itself looked empty, yet something felt very wrong. The fleet commander tried to stay calm. He was a veteran of many wars. He had seen planets burn and stars collapse. But this silence was different. It was not natural. Run full scans, he ordered. Check every direction. The scanners moved across the dark stars. Nothing appeared. No energy spikes. No weapon fire. No movement. It makes no sense, one officer said quietly. There is nothing here. The commander looked at the screen. No, he replied. There is something here. We just cannot see it. The fleet began moving again, slowly this time. Every ship stayed close, shields raised, weapons ready. They advanced deeper into human space. As they moved forward, strange problems began to appear. Navigation systems started to lag. Commands took longer to respond. Time readings between ships were no longer matching. Some crews felt heavy, as if gravity was pulling harder inside their ships. This sector has unstable physics, an engineer reported. Gravity levels are changing without reason. The commander frowned. Space does not behave like this. But human space did. Far away, hidden from all sensors, human systems were active. They did not glow. They did not transmit. They did not speak. They only watched. The narrator explained that humans did not build loud defenses. They built quiet ones. Their weapons did not announce danger. They waited. Suddenly, a third ship vanished. This time, fear spread through the fleet. Pull back, one officer suggested. This is not normal space. The commander hesitated. Pride and duty fought inside him. Retreat would mean admitting fear. And humans were supposed to be weak. No, he said at last. We continue. Find the source. As if human space heard him, something changed. The stars ahead began to bend. Light curved in strange ways. Distances no longer made sense. A nearby star suddenly felt far away, while a distant point felt close. This is a trap, an officer whispered. Another ship disappeared. The fleet tried to turn, but movement felt heavy. Engines worked harder for less result. It was like swimming through deep water. Then the commander noticed something new on the scans. Lines. Very thin. Almost invisible. Spread across space like a giant web. What is that? He asked. No one answered. As the fleet moved, one ship touched a line. It did not explode. It folded. The ship crushed inward, slowly, silently, until it became nothing. The crews watched in horror. These are not weapons, an engineer said with fear. They are boundaries. Human space was not empty. It was layered. Controlled. Designed to punish anything that did not belong. Another message tried to leave the fleet, but it never reached outside space. Human territory swallowed signals as easily as ships. The commander finally understood. The human prototype ship they laughed at was not weak. It was built to survive this place. It was made for pressure, strange gravity, and silent danger. Alien ships were not. One by one, more ships vanished. Some crushed. Some faded. Some simply stopped existing. The fleet was dying, not in battle, but in silence. Back in the Galactic Council Hall, the waiting continued. No message. No signal. No return. The narrator spoke softly. Human space was not guarded by walls or warnings. It was guarded by understanding. Those who did not understand it never came back. While the alien fleet was slowly disappearing inside human space, the rest of the galaxy waited in confusion. At the Galactic Council Hall, the silence felt heavy. The same leaders who laughed before now avoided each other's eyes. No signals came back. No ships returned. Only questions remained. The narrator explained that this was the moment when the galaxy began to look at Earth differently. Not with humor. Not with pride. But with fear and curiosity. The council demanded answers. What kind of space is this? One leader asked. What kind of weapons do humans use? The human delegation still did not speak. Instead, the council turned to old records. Data archives. Historical scans. Human transmissions from the past that were once ignored. Slowly, a pattern appeared. Earth's prototype ship was never designed to look powerful. It had no bright armor, no massive guns, no elegant shape. It was built like a block, thick and dense. At first, the aliens had called it ugly. Now, they saw the truth. Human engineers did not design ships to win battles. They designed them to survive impossible places. Their ships were built for extreme pressure, heavy gravity, and broken physics. The narrator explained that humans grew up on a dangerous world. Earth had storms, quakes, oceans, fire, and constant gravity pulling down on every life form. Humans learned early that beauty did not keep you alive. Strength did. The prototype ship was a test. A machine built to move through human space without breaking. Its slow speed was not weakness. It was control. Its thick hull was not outdated. It was necessary. Alien ships were fast and powerful, but fragile. They were made for open space, not for traps hidden inside reality itself. Inside human space, the remaining alien ships were failing. The fleet commander watched his screens fill with warnings. Systems collapsed one by one. Gravity crushed crews into their seats. Time readings no longer made sense. He finally understood why the prototype ship looked the way it did. It was not meant to impress the galaxy. It was meant to survive human territory. The commander tried to send a message to the council. His hands shook as he spoke. Human space is not empty, he said. It is engineered. Every part of it is controlled. Their ships are built for this. Ours are not. The message did not finish sending. The signal died. Back in the council hall, fear spread quietly. No one laughed now. Some leaders realized they had already crossed a line long ago, by mocking instead of understanding. The narrator revealed one final truth. Humans never expanded fast. They never rushed into the galaxy. While others showed their power, humans studied. They tested. They prepared. Their prototype ship was not their greatest weapon. It was their warning. And the galaxy had ignored it. Deep inside human space, the last alien ships vanished into silence. No explosions marked their end. No heroes were made. Only absence remained. The council hall stayed quiet. The humans finally stood to leave. They said nothing. They did not need to. The galaxy now understood something it should have learned earlier. Earth's ship was never a joke. It was a lesson. And the lesson had already been taught. The galaxy waited. In the Galactic Council Hall, time felt frozen. Leaders who once spoke loudly now sat in silence. Screens showed nothing but static where the alien fleet signal used to be. Hours passed. No ship returned. No message arrived. Fear slowly replaced pride. Some council members tried to stay calm. Communication delay, one said. Human space is large. But deep down, they knew the truth. Entire fleets did not vanish without a reason. Then, a weak signal appeared. The room came alive. Technicians rushed to their stations. The signal was damaged, unstable, and breaking apart. It came from deep inside human space. "It's the fleet commander," someone whispered. The council ordered the message to be played. The image flickered. The alien commander appeared on the screen. His armor was cracked. His face showed exhaustion and fear. Behind him, alarms flashed silently. "This is a warning," he said. His voice shook. "Do not enter human." The message cut. The screen went dark. No more signal followed. The silence that came after was worse than any explosion. No one spoke. No one moved. Every leader understood what that unfinished sentence meant. Do not enter human space. Panic spread quietly across the galaxy. Messages were sent between empires. Borders were closed. Exploration fleets were recalled. Maps were updated with a single change. Human space was now marked as forbidden. The narrator explained that fear does not always arrive with fire. Sometimes it arrives with absence. Entire armadas gone. No wreckage. No survivors. Just silence. The humans, meanwhile, did nothing. No threats were sent. No victory messages were broadcast. Earth did not announce its power. Human channels stayed quiet. This confused the galaxy even more. Other empires showed strength by destroying worlds. Humans showed strength by not speaking at all. The council demanded answers from the human delegation. "Why did you not warn us?" one leader asked. "Why did you let them enter?" A human representative finally spoke, calmly and without anger. "They were not attacked," he said. "They chose to enter." The words echoed through the hall. The narrator revealed the truth that made many leaders uneasy. Human space was not protected by borders. It was protected by design. Anyone could enter, but only those built for it could survive. The prototype ship was proof of that. It was not made for war. It was made to exist where nothing else could. The galaxy had laughed at it. Now the galaxy feared it. Across distant systems, stories began to spread. Traders whispered about ships that vanished. Explorers refused routes near human territory. Military commanders warned their crews never to approach Earth-controlled space. Humanity became a myth again, not because they hid, but because no one dared to look too closely. Back at the council hall, the meeting ended early. Leaders left in silence. Alliances shifted. Plans changed. The humans left as well. No celebration followed them. No applause. No recognition. They did not need it. The narrator ended the part with a quiet realization. The most terrifying message in the galaxy was not the one that ended halfway. It was the message that never needed to be finished. Long after the alien fleet vanished, the galaxy changed in quiet ways. No great war followed. No loud speeches were made. But fear settled deep into every star system. Human space remained silent. Trade routes were redrawn. Exploration paths avoided entire regions. Old maps were updated with warnings instead of borders. Where human territory began, curiosity ended. The narrator explained that the galaxy had expected anger from humans. They expected threats, demands, or punishment. None of it came. Humans did nothing. On Earth, there were no celebrations. No statues were built. No victory was announced. To humans, nothing special had happened. A choice had been made, and the result followed. The Galactic Council met again months later. This time, Earth was not mocked. Its seat was placed closer to the center. Some leaders wanted to speak. Others were afraid to. One council member finally asked the question everyone feared. Why do humans never explain themselves? The human representative stood calmly. His voice was steady. Because explanations are for those who ask, he said. Not for those who assume. The room stayed silent. The narrator revealed the final truth of humanity. Humans did not seek control over the galaxy. They did not want fear or worship. They only wanted space to exist, space shaped to keep them alive. Human territory was not a weapon. It was a filter. Those who entered with respect survived. Those who entered with pride did not. The prototype ship was now understood at last. It was never a message of power. It was a symbol of mindset. Built strong, slow, and prepared for the worst. Humans expected danger, because they grew from it. The galaxy had grown from comfort. That was the difference. Years passed. No empire crossed human space again. Not because of treaties. Not because of laws. But because no one wanted to disappear without answers. Human ships continued to travel, quiet and simple. They traded. They observed. They never showed more than needed. And the galaxy let them be. The narrator ended with a final reflection. Humans never explained their defenses. Because survival does not need permission. They never warned others. Because choice is more powerful than fear. And they never chased respect. Because silence had already earned it. Earth's ship was once called a joke. But jokes do not erase fleets. Understanding does. And that is why No ship ever came back.